Look at how this car travels. Can you guess what will the distance time graph for this car look like? Let us find out. This graph depicts when the car was moving and when it was at rest. So, what does the distance time graph show? The distance time graph shows the geometrical relationship between the distance traveled by a body and the time taken. By looking at the distance time graph, you can say if an object is in uniform motion, non-uniform motion, or at rest. Let us look at the graphs for objects at rest, in uniform motion, and in non-uniform motion. For an object at rest, the graph will be a straight line parallel to the x-axis. And as the graph shows, the distance remains fixed over a period of time. For an object in uniform motion, the graph will be a straight line at an angle with the x-axis. Such a graph shows that the object covers equal distances during equal intervals of time. For an object in non-uniform motion, the graph will not be a straight line. Such a graph shows that the object covers unequal distances in equal intervals of time. Now, let us determine the speed of an object by using a distance time graph. The section OB of the graph shows that the distance is increasing at a uniform rate. So, this object is in uniform motion. Now, consider the section AB. If you draw lines parallel to the x-axis from point A and lines parallel to the y-axis from point B, the two sets of lines will intersect each other at C to form the triangle ABC. The side AC depicts the time interval T2 minus T1. And the side BC depicts the distance S2 minus S1. If you recall, the speed of a moving object is the distance covered per unit of time. Using this graph, you can calculate speed like this. Calculate the speed of an object in uniform motion by using this graph. Let us calculate. By looking at the graph, we can see that the distance traveled during the specific time. Let us apply the formula for speed and calculate. By applying the formula, we get speed of the body as 10 kilometers per hour. Look at these two trains. Both are in motion. What would their distance time graph look like? Here is the distance time graph showing the progress of both train A and train B. In this graph, distance is measured in meters and time in seconds. Can you say which one of these trains is moving faster and why? Look at the angles formed by the graphs for train A and train B with the x-axis. The graph for train A forms a greater angle with the x-axis than the angle for train B. Let us test this observation by calculating the speed of the two trains by using the distance time graphs. By using the graph and the speed formula, we can find the speed of train A this way. Similarly, the speed of train B can be calculated this way. We can see that the speed of train A was 22 meters per second and the speed of train B was 16 meters per second. So, train A is moving faster than train B. We have shown that if more than one moving object is depicted on the same distance time graph, then the graph describing the greater angle with the x-axis is faster than the other moving object.